Guys, so like we almost didn't make it in. There's the witness right there. We're like 2 people away from not making it in, but they left, so we got lucky. So here are all the people that are joining in.
The goons.
Yeah, we're gonna get scrubbed out at the beginning.
No.
Yes.
Bro, you are literally the
I'm
cat.
scrubbing out.
Mr. 504.
Scrubbing out now.
Hey, what deck y'all don't want to face in there?
The fucking birds. I hate the birds. Jesus Christ, yes.
I don't want to face monkey flip deck.
What about your Viking?
I fear nothing because I'm gonna drop anyway. Let's go.
What about you, Nick?
Birds, man. Fuck them, dude.
So I went to the regionals in Fort Worth in Dallas, Texas. Me and my buddy Nick, I pick him up. We get there at 9 in the morning. Registration starts at 8. We get there at 9 in the morning, and registration closes at 10 because that's the time that the tournament was supposed to start. And we look at the website, and I see there that the cap is 500 players. Once we get there, the judges tell us that the cap is actually 504 people, the cap. They didn't want to do 505 because that meant that one person had to get the bye. So 504 was the cap. So we get there at 9 in the morning. It is a big old line. It like kind of like twists around the corner, and it keeps going and it keeps going. So we get there and we're like, oh, are we even gonna make it in? I don't know if we're gonna meet the cutoff point. So right off the bat, we were already worrying like, oh, we're probably not gonna make it in, right? Because the line was just huge, right? It was just huge. So all right, so we get to the line. A couple of people coming up to me like, hey, Yara, what up, like. And then like, so I say hi to them on the line and everything, right? So we get there, and as the line advances, well, keep in mind that I'm starving at this point, okay? I don't know why I feel like I have to mention this, but I'm starving. I'm like, why am I starving? I never eat at 9 in the morning. Why am I hungry right now? So I'm like, whatever, right? So usually I eat like around like 1 in the afternoon, but for some reason I was like super hungry at 9 in the morning. So I was already wanting to leave. So the line advances, right? And then it gets to a point where I think he was the head judge. He starts counting. He tells everybody to get in a single file line because he needs to count, right? He counts, and then he gets to us, and then for some reason he gets mad and he walks off, and we're like, what just happened? Why did he get mad? So and then somebody tells him like, hey dude, like I think like somebody's trying to talk to him, and he's like, dude, can you stop talking to me because I'm trying to count, like I lost count. So we find out that he got mad because he lost count. So once again, he goes to the back of the line. He starts counting again to see if there needs to be any players that need to leave, right? So he counts again, and then he kind of like points like 2 people ahead of us. Okay, this is the cutoff point. So that meant that we weren't getting in. Like the 2 people ahead of us weren't getting in, and like nobody behind us, which was like 40 people behind us, they weren't getting in either. So we're already bummed out about it, but I'm like, you know what? We should probably just stay here because in the off chance that like somebody leaves, or like maybe somebody in line is not really gonna play, then we'll be able to get in, right? So we're like, all right, let's just stay. We're already here, right? And we're like very close to the cutoff point, so the chances of us getting in are high, right? Or so we thought, right? So so we stay in line, and then the 2 people ahead of us, they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to get out of here. We didn't make the cutoff point, so what's the point of waiting in line, right? So they leave. And we're like, okay, then. So we're still not in there. Like, we're literally the 2 people next to the cutoff point. We're still not in there. So, but now the chances of us getting in is higher, right? It's only 2 of us, me and Nick. And so we decided to stay, right? So the line advances, and then there was 2 people ahead of us, and they're like, you know what? We don't even feel like waiting in line. We're hungry. We're just gonna leave. So we're like, sure, if that's your opinion, you can leave, right? So they leave. 2 people leave. So there was a staff member there. He's like, dude, you 2 are super lucky. Y'all are like super lucky because y'all were not gonna make it in, but now y'all are in. Like, y'all are literally the 2 last people that are gonna be able to get in. So we're like, whoa, like what are the chances of that happening, right? So like we actually make it inside of there. So and then we start talking to the staff member. We start talking about like the best decks or whatever, and like how everybody in there hates Flunderies, right? I mean, who even likes that deck, right? Who likes playing 50-minute turns? But anyways, so uh, keep in mind, in this whole time, we're like pretty happy. People coming up to me, like trying to like talk to me. I'm like happy, right? I'm like, dude, I was able to make it in. I was able to make it in. And the staff member is like, dude, what if you don't make it in? Yeah, that would be like crazy, because it would be like a roller coaster of emotions. Yeah, make it in, yeah, don't make it in. We're like, yeah, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Not really, right? Because we've been waiting for like 2 hours in line. But anyways, so we are about to get to the door. There's literally like probably like 8 people ahead of us in the door, and inside of the in the main arena where all the players are is packed. It's full, like more than 500 people inside of there. We can like see inside. We're just on the outside, but and there's like 8 people ahead of us. So we're about to make it in. We're about to make it in. This is like it was already like 11 at this point. So it's like an hour ahead of the time we were supposed to start. So, we're about to get there, and then like I think he's the head judge or one of the judges. He comes in and then he starts counting. And we're like, all right, then we're about to get in right now. This is our time to shine right now. We're about to get in. So he counts, and then like 3 people ahead of us, he's like, this is the cutoff point right here. Everybody behind this gentleman over here are out. Y'all can't get in. That's the cutoff point. I'm sorry. And he just walks off, and we're like, what just happened? Like, I thought we were supposed to get in. Like, what do you mean? And then, as it turns out, it was some people actually like cut the line that we didn't know this. Like, we found out later. Like, some people just cut the line like after they counted. So we didn't know this at the time. So that's why we couldn't get in. So we were like, oh man, like what are the chances? Like we had to wait the whole time, like 2 hours in there, and not get in. So yeah, I was like super bummed about it. I play tested and I built my deck like the entire day beforehand, the Friday beforehand. For hours I was play testing, practicing and everything. I couldn't even find my Kasi ID, so I had to call my brother to like give me the Kasi ID once I was inside the arena. So I called him. I was like, "Can you give me the Kasi ID?" And he like gave it to me. But so yeah, like I couldn't get in. I didn't really get kicked out. I in hindsight, we probably shouldn't gotten there like earlier, like around like 8:30 or something. So I admit that was my fault. I just remember like in the past, like being able to get there like at 9 or 9:30 and actually getting in. But I think the game has just like been like more popular recently. I think it's because like people have been tired of being inside doors, COVID and everything, and so that's why a lot of people are just kind of like, hey, there's an event in person, we're gonna go to it. People are tired of being indoors, so it's just packed. And I love this. I mean, like you hear stories about like entire arenas being filled up with players. I mean, people just love this game, and I'm all for it, right? Because I'm like a content creator for this beautiful game, and it's fun, right? It's like way better than chess. Like chess, sure, is like strategic, but it's boring. So, but yeah, I nothing but good things to say about the community. Everybody there was like super friendly. The staff was super friendly at Epic. I know the title says I got kicked out, but I didn't really get kicked out. It was just my fault for like getting there early. I mean, getting there later than I should have. And I'm also gonna post some clips at the end of some of the people that I talked to while I was there. But yeah, as always, guys, this was Yara here, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. It turns out we didn't even make it inside. They miscounted, so we're never making it in to begin with.